Hey guys, STTM here, and in today's video, we are going to be looking at the Washington Commanders and just talking about how I think this team looks. So yeah, guys, but before we get into it, make sure that you like, subscribe, put on notifications, and comment on the video as it lets me know what you think, gets me more recommended, and if you put on notifications, you will literally be updated on the latest STTM videos that you do not want to miss. So enough with the Japanese, and let's get straight into the video. Bow! So let's start off with their offense, and there's actually a key player that I think should be talked about, and that is their young star quarterback after his first season, Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels was great. He led the Commanders to the NFC Conference Championship in his first season, which is absolutely insane. And in his first year, he had 3.5. He had about 3,568 passing yards, averaging 7.4 yards per pass attempt, and he had a great touchdown to interception ratio of 25-9. He did get sacked quite a bit because his offensive line is pretty bad, but he also had some good accuracy on him. I think this is definitely a QB that the Commanders are going to be able to build around in the future. His running back room is all right. I do like Brian Robinson Jr., but I feel like he might be regressing. Austin Eckler, he's a solid vet to have, and maybe we can actually get some development out of Chris Rodriguez Jr. That's been a possibility for a while, but I'm not too sure how the Commanders are going to pick up that possibility. Jaden Daniels, I think, could actually go for 4K yards, as he does have, not 4K, but he can, yeah, I think he could, because he actually has Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, and he actually has Zach Ertz still, and an upgraded O-line because Laramie Tunsil joined the cast. Tyler Biadasz, I think that's how you say his name. He's actually one of the better centers of the league. Sam Cosmi is pretty nice. I don't know how well Josh Connerly Jr. is going to work out, but I think they could definitely develop Nate Herbig and Brandon Coleman too. So there's definitely some O-line there's definitely some upgrades and improvements in O-line. Now let's look at Terry McLaurin. Super underrated receiver. Not many people really talk about him because the Commanders for a while were really bad, but it looks like they improved a lot. They really had a big improvement in their season, and I mean, there's still work they have to do, but this is a great team. And Terry McLaurin, great player. He had one of his highest seasons in passing yards. He had 13.4 average yards per reception, which is pretty good. He had his career high in 13 total receiving touchdowns. And he did not have one receiving fumble, which is very good. Terry McLaurin, he's a great target. His route running is really good. Speed, his athleticism. He has everything put together. I'd say he's great. Deebo Samuel, he definitely did regress, but he's still an amazing pickup for the Washington Commanders. They're both actually quite similar. And Deebo, he still has talent, all right? He didn't have his worst career season, okay? He still has quite a bit of talent. The only time he played a full season was 2021, which I will say that's quite a bad thing because there's only one full season he's ever played. But I think he can get his second career full season. And I think he actually, with a guy like Jaden Daniels, I think he is definitely returning to some of his really good stats like his 2021 season and his 2023 season. So I think that will happen with Deebo, but let me know what you guys think about Deebo Samuel and how he will do. Now, let's look at the defense. Now, their defensive line, I'd say it's pretty bad. I don't really like Dorrance Armstrong and Dietrich Wise Jr. as edge rushers. I don't really care for Javon Kinlaw. Deron Payne is pretty good, but he's not great. He's not like a guy that you'd want to be the best player on your defensive line, but you'd want him on your defensive line, if that makes sense. I don't know how well they're going to develop Jacob Martin and Jer'Zhan Newton. But their linebacker room, they got a pretty strong duo with Frankie Louvu, 8 sacks. He got a good amount of total tackles this season with 99 of them. He did get a pick as a linebacker. And if a linebacker is able to get a pick, he's definitely somebody you want to start. Frankie Louvu, great player. He's a heavy guy. He's physical, you know. He's also pretty athletic. Sorry for stuttering, but he's also pretty athletic because he did have that play where he jumped over the O-line. Or was it the special team? I'm pretty sure that was what it was. But he jumped over all those guys. That's pretty impressive. That is only one play. But outside of that, he's a great linebacker to have. Bobby Wagner. He's a little old. He's 35. That's quite old, actually. But he was top 25 in solo tackles. He had a great amount of 132 total tackles. He did get a forced fumble on him. He didn't have a bad season. He's definitely not in his prime like how he was with Seattle, but he's still somebody that the Commanders can work with. But they do have Dominique Hampton. This is definitely, I feel like they could use a third linebacker. I actually think Kane Medrano could be a steal and develop into that. But we're not too sure yet, but I think that could happen. Dominique Hampton, best case scenario, he proves to be pretty good. Worst case scenario, he's not good, and they give a shot to Kane Medrano in midseason. Kane Medrano, he might not pan out. He might not be a steal that I think he's going to be. So they could just draft another linebacker. And I think with this class and where their pick is projected to be, they could genuinely do that. Secondary, I'll admit, their secondary is actually pretty good, especially Mike Sainristil. He's already developed into a key part of their secondary after their rookie season. 62 total tackles, which is top 45. He had a forced fumble, which not a lot of people in secondary get that, but he was able to get that, so that's pretty impressive. That indicates that he is quite a good corner. He's definitely an older rookie, but he's a good one. He had 2 picks. He was top 10 past the flex. I think Sainristil is definitely a good player and a keeper for sure. He had 19 as average interception yards, which is pretty good. And overall, this guy is important when he needs to be important. Like Mike Sainristil, you would throw him in the game. He will get you a pick or two. He will get past the flex. He will get the job done. He will be good on matchups. This is that guy. All right? Will Harris, I think he's all right. Do like Quan Martin quite a bit as safety. There's definitely some holes, but there's still a lot of really good players. I like Marshon Lattimore. I think Trey Amos is going to be pretty good out of college. Jonathan Jones, really good player. Noah Igbenegini, I think that's how you say that name. Noah Igbenegini. I'm sorry if I said that last name wrong, but he's actually pretty solid too. If I had to give this team like a rating from 1 to 10, I'd give them a solid 9 out of 10. There is still stuff they could fix for sure, and I think that they still have quite a bit to fix, but they did good with what they had last season. They did good with what they had, and I like that about this Commanders team. And they actually have a pretty good special teams with Matt Gay as the kicker and Tress Way as the punter. That's a pretty good set. That's a pretty good kicker and punter set. And they got Austin Eckler, who's a good returner, and Jalen Lane, who has the attributes to be a noteworthy returner. So I'd say overall, I actually like this team quite a bit. This team, to be honest, I don't think they will return to the NFC Conference Championship, but they're one heck of a team still. Very solid. 9 out of 10 team for me. Definitely a contender. They definitely could. I'm not too sure if they will. I don't think they're better than the Eagles, no. But this is a very good team, which is pretty much just what I'm trying to say. This is a great team. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the Washington Commanders down in the comments below. As STTM is out, see y'all next time. Road to 500 subs!